What's up, everyone? Well, today I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while on this channel, and that is work on a big old tree. This is a green Atlas Cedar, Cedrus Atlantica, and it was started many years ago. You can see that the bark on this particular specimen is pretty extraordinary, both for a bonsai and even for pictures of trees that I have seen from nature. Now, these grow in Morocco, in the Atlas Mountains, and a few other mountain ranges nearby. And they're a great tree for Mediterranean climates. They just grow like crazy here in California, and I really enjoy working with them. So most people are more familiar with blue Atlas cedar, but the green Atlas cedar is the wild type, and this one has that nice firm foliage, short needles, kind of like a fir or a Doug fir or something like that, but a little bit hardier. So let me give this a little bit of a spin here. It's kind of a crazy old awkward tree, and the history of it was sort of in and out of health. And so I've finally gotten it healthy after owning it for almost 2 years now. And so it's time for me to go in here and start wiring the branches. Now, because of the history of poor health, the tree has a dead snag down here, as well as a large dead limb that was right here. Basically, there's nothing I can do about that, but I'm going to revamp the tree. So you can see there's some long shoots here that have been previously wired and let to grow. And so there's plenty of material here to make a bonsai. It would be really interesting to style this like a cedar in nature. And I'm probably going to use those cedars as examples in some way, but in the end, I think this particular cedar is going to end up looking a little bit more like a classical bonsai than like an Atlas cedar. I wasn't able to ever find a photo, and I haven't gone to the Atlas Mountains in Morocco, so I wasn't able to ever find a photo of a cascade or even semi-cascade or sideways type Atlas cedar. You would think that they exist, but as far as the photos are concerned, I haven't been able to find one. So I think I'm going to the structure here is a little bit problematic in that we have this almost 3/4 of the foliage is coming from this large branch right here that is kind of awkward. So I'm not really going to be able to bend this. I can move it a little bit, but I'm not going to be able to get a lot of meaningful movement into it. So I'm going to work by bending these branches, bending all of these branches down, and then kind of arranging the branching that is coming from this lower section. Now, as I've been growing it, I have had this sort of tilted up further than it is right now because I want to encourage this growth to get stronger. So I'm also going to be cutting back the top here quite a bit and kind of containing it because obviously the top is going to be stronger. And then when I put it back out, I'll probably also be angling it again just to make sure that this is not getting shaded at all and that it is less affected by the hormone inhibition from the upper foliage. All right, so I've gone ahead and wired this whole lower section, and now I left it largely where it was so that I could go ahead and bend the branches. Cedars are not known to be particularly bendy in the old branches, which is funny because the young branches that are really healthy tend to be very bendy. So I added a large wire here to this older section, as well as a large wire to this section so that I don't risk breaking anything, because when they snap, it's like a piece of celery and you just lose the branch. All right, and with that, the lower section's kind of done, and it does look like a crown. So I guess that's good, but I'm gonna see how the relationship evolves between this section and the rest of the tree as I continue upward, because this branch I kind of shoved out of the way, but it's gonna be coming out in here, and then I'm gonna also be bringing some of this foliage over. So I think this back branch is a little too long, so I don't really think I can leave it this long. So now that I've got these roughly arranged, I'm going to actually pull this entire back branch kind of down, and I'll just use a guy wire for that. Oh, sorry. You thought. All right, well, as you can see, I'm almost done here. I'm gonna bend this into place and then do a little bit of trimming. The structure of the tree was pretty much already here. It's just that it had been neglected for a little while, mostly because of the concerns about the health. So I think this turned out pretty well, and a lot of the structure, like I said, was still here from when the tree had previously been styled. But it's nice to also be able to take all that healthy new growth and kind of tweak it around and have it end up looking reasonably good. So this sort of forms one lower crown, and then the upper crown is very large, and I've left a lot of back branch on it. The depth in these cedars can be really fun to look through the tree and kind of see all those branches in the back. So while I might reduce this part further in the future, for now I'm just going to leave it long to further the health and growth of the tree. Now, as opposed to looking at this straight on, I've actually moved the front of the tree a little bit over to this side so that the cascade is coming more towards you, and also so that you can see a little bit more movement in this large upper crown slash branch. So now set to the proper height and viewing angle so that you can actually see it, I'll give this a little bit of a spin and probably not be able to go all the way around and have you actually be able to see it. So I do think that we've managed to kind of capture some of the essence of a cedar, but also make this look like a bonsai. So I look forward to the development of the tree in the future. I think that some of the branching down here, filling in and being able to get even a little bit wider might be kind of fun, and then refinement of the crown. So I like the growth pattern of these guys, and like I said, at the beginning they are very good growers in our Mediterranean climate. That wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.